Let's talk about some super useful American expressions. They're very common in the United States, which is where I am from. And the first expression that I have for you is to err on the side of caution. And what this means is that you are going to be especially careful when making a decision. You don't want to make a mistake. So you're not going to do something that would be very risky. You're going to be very careful. You're going to err on the side of caution. One thing I will say about this expression is that the first word, you may hear some people pronounce it as to err on the side of caution. However, I think in the United States, most people are going to say to err on the side of caution. I would say to you, I hope that you err on the side of caution. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so that you'll learn about future lessons, and then I can become your English teacher. My name is Wes. That's what Interactive English is all about, trying to help you achieve your fluency goals. The next expression is one that I use quite often, and that is to play it by ear. So what this means is that when you say let's play it by ear, it means that you do not want to make decisions about what will happen. You're going to wait and see how things unfold. So you really don't want to plan in advance. You're going to play it by ear. And when I'm traveling, sometimes I don't like to have a fixed plan. I just want to see what happens throughout the day, and then I'll make a decision as to what I'm going to do next. Yeah, I like to play it by ear. Let's play it by ear.
So when are you getting back from Florida?
Oh, I don't know. Play it by ear. Why?
Geez, the pig in the poke itinerary is just great. Well, they've worked it out to the exact minute. You won't miss a thing, honey.
Why don't we just forget the pig in the poke itinerary and play it by ear?
Before we continue, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's lesson, which is Skillshare. And Skillshare is an online learning community where you can take thousands of classes, which means that you can explore and discover so many different things that you would like to learn more about. When I joined Skillshare, I took a class by Thomas Frank on how to improve productivity. I've also taken classes on stocks and trading because that's just something that I'm interested in. And I'd like to follow up on that point because, of course, you can take classes in English if you want to build your vocabulary or learn more about grammar. But what I would recommend is that you explore some classes that interest you, like travel or design or cooking, because that way you can practice and improve your English as you learn about one of your passions. And right now, Skillshare has a special offer for all of you. The first 1,000 people to click on the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can start exploring your creativity today. So click on the link in the description to get your free trial, take some online classes, learn more English, and learn more about, well, just about anything else that you'd like to learn about. Now let's get back to the lesson on some of those useful and common American expressions, which I think are really going to help you in just casual conversation. And the next one that I have is, I hear you. I hear you. So this is an expression that people will use when they're trying to empathize with somebody else. And they're kind of, maybe you're listening to another person's problem and you want to empathize with them and you say, yeah, I hear you. And most of the time, I think people, they're going to pronounce you with that schwa. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
We don't have as much money as you.
Okay.
I hear you. We can talk about that.
Then we have the expression close but no cigar. And what this means is that a person falls short of a successful outcome and therefore they get no reward. So it's believed that the origin of this expression comes from, well, fairgrounds a long time ago. People would participate in games and activities, and if they win, they would get a cigar. And if they didn't win, then the person running the game or activity would say, close, but no cigar.
Are these Diamond Deek?
Nope.
Diamond Dell?
Nope.
You like Diamond Diem?
Close, but no cigar. Just plain diamonds.
Sooner rather than later. So this expression really comes from the binomial pair, sooner or later, which means that something is going to happen in the future. You just don't know when. So sooner rather than later, it's kind of just being a little more specific. And you're saying that something is going to happen in the immediate future, closer to now than at a later date. So I could say, well, right now, the door handle in our home, one of the door handles, it's broken. probably is going to fall off if we don't fix it. So I think we need to fix it sooner rather than later.
Stannis Baratheon is coming for us, sooner rather than later.
You're gonna run out. My guess is sooner rather than later. Painful detox is inevitable.
Then we have an accident waiting to happen. This expression was coined in the United States, and it really means what it says. It refers to a person, thing, or situation that is likely going to cause an accident. So maybe there is some really old bridge that has been neglected and it looks a little dangerous to cross. You could say this old bridge is an accident waiting to happen. Or if somebody were to just leave like a box in the middle of the floor and somebody could easily trip over it, you could say, well, this is an accident waiting to happen.
I had a smoke and I think I might have lit something that, I don't know what happened. He put so much goddamn lacquer on that thing. It was an accident waiting to happen.
The next expression is in and of itself. And what this refers to is something, well, on its own or by its very nature. And you may hear people use it in, well, one of two places. Perhaps at the end of a statement, I could say, well, taking care of a child is a full-time job in and of itself. On its own, that's a full-time job. Or people may use it after the subject. So I think flying is stressful. You have to check your bags, go through security, wait at the gate, get on the plane. And using it after the subject, I could say flying in and of itself is stressful, but the rest of the vacation, it should be very relaxing.
Summoning the Brethren Court, then, is it?
Thoroughly hope not.
That's a sad commentary in and of itself.
Elizabeth, do you think this is actionable?
Oh, polonium in and of itself is improved.
Then we have throw a wrench in the works. Or you may hear people say throw a monkey wrench in the works. And if somebody says this, what it means is, well, something that prevents an activity or plan from succeeding. I could say, well, the project ran out of money and that really threw a wrench in the works because we're not able to finish the project. Now, you could also use this expression saying, well, to throw a wrench into something. So maybe something, well, throws a wrench into your plans. This bad weather, really, it threw a wrench into our plans. Or maybe, well, the attack threw a wrench into the peace negotiations, that it was going to prevent these negotiations from being successful. So just be aware that you can use this expression in different ways.
Okay, here we go. You know what? I don't want to throw a wrench into the works, but I want everything to be perfect. Baby's fingernails are just bothering me.
Were you expecting to have Detective Boyle on your team? Have I thrown a wrench into your plan?
I really like the next expression because I like to use it, and that is not buying it. And what it means is that just you're not willing to believe or accept that something is the truth. If maybe you're at work, you're talking to one of your colleagues, and they say, oh, the boss called in sick again. And you say, yeah, I'm not buying it. Now, I think most of the time people are going to say it because whatever you're talking about, what you're referring to is known, it's obvious, and you just say, hey, I'm not buying it. I don't believe this is true. You may hear people actually be more specific and say what it is. As a teacher, I might tell a student, say, yeah, I'm not buying that the dog ate your homework, okay? I'm just not buying it. And you could also use this in the affirmative, especially if you're talking about expressing disbelief. So you tell somebody something and maybe it's not true, but they believe it. And then you say, well, I can't believe they bought it.
I honestly think I helped him more than he helped me.
I'm not buying any of that.
No.
I told my uncle I had a stomachache tonight. You think he bought that?
Yeah, he probably bought it.
The next expression is jump on the bandwagon. I think this is pretty common, especially referring to like trends or talking about sports, because what it means is that you are either joining an activity because it's become very popular, or you're changing your opinion about something because it's become popular and you want to share in the success. So thinking about trends like fashion, maybe there are just some popular shoes that everybody has to have, and you're going to join in this activity and share in the success. You're going to jump on the bandwagon. Or in sports, maybe a team is always losing and everybody has a bad opinion, but then suddenly they start winning and people jump on the bandwagon. They change their opinion so they can share in the team's success, and they jump on the bandwagon.
Are you jumping on this superhero bandwagon?
Club where you have to wear full body spandex. Not really my thing.
The reason for not wanting to jump on the bandwagon is just that I've seen you get your hopes up before only to be disappointed when things didn't work out.
Okay, so let's use some of these. I could say, I hope that you jump on the interactive English bandwagon because this channel in and of itself will help you achieve English fluency. And I would really love it if you would write to me in the comments, and I hope that you write to me sooner rather than later. And I know you may be a little disappointed that the lesson is ending. I hear you, but I have to go do laundry. Okay, I'm sure you're not buying it, but I do want to err on the side of caution and start wrapping things up. I don't want this to go on too long. I know that you are a busy person. You have a lot of things going on. I do not want to throw a wrench into your plans. And that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. So long.